Doctor Who has been declining for many years, both in terms of the episode quality and the viewing numbers, to the point where it's now a shadow of its former self, with the viewing figures and audience scores highlighting the extent of the show's decline. Whilst the show has had the occasional shit episode in the past, I'm not going to pretend that every episode was good. However, the show was consistently good up until the final season of the Peter Capaldi era, where the writing quality took a hit and the viewing figures suffered, with many of the episodes dropping below 6 million viewers. That marked the beginning of the end for this show, as whilst there was a bump in viewing numbers for season 11, as people tuned in to see Jodie Whittaker take up the role of the new Doctor, the audience ratings were absolutely terrible. Many of those who tuned in for season 11 didn't stick around for season 12, with the season losing around 2 million viewers and the audience rating dropping even lower. The 360th anniversary special episode that brought back David Tennant and Catherine Tate did see a bump in the viewing numbers, which was to be expected, though most people who watched the 3 episodes were not impressed by what they saw. Episodes that consistently push divisive diversity politics and social messaging, like telling the Doctor off for assuming the pronouns of an alien. The latest season, headed by Nukti Gatwa as the Doctor, who was introduced at the end of the 60th anniversary specials, has continued the trend of terrible ratings and viewing numbers, which brings me to the main topic of this video. This article from The Sun has come out and has since been picked up by various outlets, including Doctor Who TV, which I've been using as a rating guide. Now, The Sun is not exactly a bastion of journalism, I'm not going to pretend otherwise, though it does make for an interesting read, and what they say does align with the show's terrible viewing figures and audience scores. According to the article, which is based on an inside source, Nuktui Gatwa could be on the verge of leaving the show after the 2nd season, having already filmed his regeneration into the new Doctor, with potential new roles already set up in the US. This is in conjunction with reports that staff could no longer have jobs after production wrapped up last week, with an uncertain future, as rumours on set are that the series could be shelved for the next 5 or 10 years. Officially, according to the BBC, no final decision on the show's future has been made, with them waiting to see what happens after the 2nd season, though given the current direction of Doctor Who and how badly it's been received, I don't think anyone honestly expects the powers that be to suddenly get their act together and produce something of quality. There's a big question mark surrounding the idea that Disney, who made a $100 million deal with the BBC and want to see a return on that investment, will renew the deal for future seasons, with the BBC being considered to be unable to continue on with the show without Disney's financial backing. The reason for these problems that have divided the fanbase have been largely blamed on wokeness. Examples of divisive wokeness that have been highlighted by various articles include the introduction of Rose Noble, whose non-binary status helped to save the city of London after earlier in the episode berating the Doctor for assuming the pronouns of an alien, with the Doctor apologising and asking the alien for its pronouns, a scene described by some as cringeworthy. Rose and Donna also attacked the Doctor over his gender at the end of the same episode, saying that it was a shame that he wasn't a woman anymore, and that's why he didn't understand what was clear to them. There's also the race-swapped Sir Isaac Newton, who the Doctor and Donna briefly met, with the Doctor being implied to be gay after referring to him as hot. A new villain in the form of Maestro, the god of music, who was introduced during the Devil's Chord episode, didn't go down well with everyone. A character who wasted no time in scolding someone over incorrectly using pronouns. However, even with the current terrible viewing numbers and audience rating, this doesn't mean that the show is dead or that it will be shelved, though that is of course an option. It's been speculated that David Tennant could return as the next Doctor in a desperate attempt by the BBC to boost their rating, though without a major course correction with regards to the show's content, bringing back David won't solve the fundamental problems. It doesn't really matter who plays the Doctor if the content is crap. If you got this far, I want to thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you like this review, please consider liking and subscribing. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.